You spend all day filming, grabbing a bunch of different shots, filling your SD card with tons of footage, already picturing how cinematic it's going to look in the edit. And then you get home, import everything, drop it on the timeline, hit play, and it's just, The cars are cool, the shots are fine, but the whole sequence feels random. It doesn't feel like a film, it feels more like news coverage. And that's the frustrating part, because nothing is technically wrong with the footage. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to take clips that feel boring and turn them into edits that look planned, even when they weren't, using moments that are already in your shots. Let's get into it. If you want to save time, download my free car videographer editing pack. It includes DaVinci Resolve project templates, node trees, and export settings that I personally use so you can keep a clean, consistent workflow while you're editing. To do this transition, I have my two clips here. So here it is without. Doesn't really tie it together. So to make this a little bit interesting, we're going to do a portal reveal or a zoom through reveal, lots of different terms for it. And to do that, my second clip here, so they're compound clips, speed ramped with the time stretcher in Fusion. So if I pull this out, it actually is not going to do anything because it actually doesn't start until right here. So I'm actually just going to cut that off. So we're going to create our mask in the color page. I'm going to go to the Power Windows tab here and go to the pen tool, and we're just going to cut out the rim here. One thing I would recommend when you're creating your points is you actually don't need that many. So I'm just going to click around here real fast and just do a few. And now if you click on a point and hold the command key, it will create handles. And so this way you can be a lot more accurate, and it doesn't give you that really jagged edge look, which looks very amateurish. If you hold the command key on just one of the handles by itself, you can move them individually. And so it's smoother, and it's also a lot faster because it's just a lot less things to adjust, especially if you're tracking a mask. The next thing you're going to do is right click and select Add Alpha Output. Click on that little blue square there. Just click and hold and just drag it so it connects. If you hit Option H, it'll remove the mask lines for a second or hide them. And that way you can kind of get a better idea of what you need to adjust. That looks pretty good. Still have some jagged edges, so we'll just add a little softening here, just a tiny bit. You don't want to go crazy with it, but just enough so it just smooths it out. Good enough. Let's go back into the edit page. Just hold Option, click and drag that clip up so you create a duplicate of it, and then we'll go back into the color page. Well, I'm going to go ahead and invert it. So I now have the car on top and the wheel on the bottom. This way I can animate the mask, which is pretty cool. The next step is go ahead and highlight both of those clips, right click, select New Fusion Clip. Now we're going to go into the Fusion tab. If you click on Media in 1 and just turn it off, you can still check that's the one we want, and we can just spread these out a little. So make sure that node is selected, and then hit Shift Space, and then I'm going to hit Transform, and you should put up the Transform node, and make sure you're at the beginning of the clip, and we're going to keyframe this. So go ahead and click on the inspector, just click on the keyframe, little diamond thing there, and you're going to just slide it all the way down. Then we're going to go to the end of the clip, and we're just going to bring it back up. There we go. Let's add some motion blur. Let's crank the quality up, and let's adjust the shutter angle so it's not too crazy. That should be good. Cool. I should probably turn my proxies back on. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. So now what we're going to do, the final step, is we're going to keyframe the Fusion clip. Go to the Inspector tab here and click on Zoom, and what we want to do is we're just going to pull this all the way, and we kind of want it to kind of be centered. So as we kind of pull it out, I'll keep adjusting it so it kind of just stays in the center of the frame. Like, it's going to get really fancy. I could probably put a ruler right here, right in the center, and that might just a little bit here. Awesome. And then on the final one, we want it to be back to where it originally was. So there you have it.
What part of your editing workflow frustrates you the most? Leave a comment and tell me where your car edits usually fall apart or cost you the most time.
This next mask transition is called a object mask transition, or in this specific case, a slam transition. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a mask of the car in this frame, and then I'm going to be positioning it, and it'll end up in the position after the speed ramp ends. Just as we have done before, take this compound clip, I'm going to move it up here to so it's above the previous clip, and I'm just going to slice it here. And now I'm just going to create a cutout of the car. It's actually my brother's car. Nice 65 Mustang fastback. One thing I wish I did was remove that flag. I might have to do that in another edit or something. It always bothered me. I was like, why did I just pull that out? But you know how it goes. All right, use the pen tool. Again, avoiding not using too many points here. All right, same as before. And so now a little soften, clean that up, and away we go. Go to the inspector, keyframe, zoom, and kind of move it up here. So it's gonna come in and land right here. So we want it to kind of move in that kind of direction. So I think first thing, let's just move it, get it in the right kind of direction here. And the other thing we'll do is kind of shrink it down a little bit. It's pretty cool. All right, now to make this just a little bit smoother. So I'm gonna add an adjustment clip, should be good. So I'm gonna add the directional blur and just adjust this. Here's before, and here's after. And there you go. So you got what would normally could be 3 boring shots at a car show. You now have something that's a little bit more interesting.
Hey, if this video made your workflow a little easier, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps me more than you think. And if you want more straightforward tips on shooting and editing better car content, go ahead and hit subscribe. My name is Andrew Cooper. I'll see you next time. Take care.